Good morning, everybody. We're going to be practicing the drum kit today, and specifically focusing on limb independence. In all of these practice streams, I'm sharing how I practice and what I do to work on things, like limb independence, tenors, refining my snare drum technique, etc. So you can find all of the prior practice streams in this playlist. There are timestamps in the description so you can see what I was working on, how I was practicing stuff, or what were some of the questions that I answered or responded to in the chat. Speaking of, I will then often go and take those questions and refine them down into an edited version that I put in the drumming tips playlist. And this one has a bunch of drumming tips in it, like over 9 hours worth of free drumming tips that can help you on a variety of topics. Now, when you click on any one of these, it will have timestamps in the description so you can see more topics that I discussed rather than like this very first one, which is what to practice to make the drum line. If it's like tenor related, most of the video will be related to tenors. If it's talking about like drum kit, then most of that video will talk about drum kit. But there are a variety of topics in there that you can find. You can find literally over 1,000 more free play-alongs on my home tab of my YouTube channel. Just go to the home and click on drumming content, and it shows you all of the play-alongs. There's over 1,000 of them, and they're free. If they say members first, they're scheduled to release publicly. There's over 200 of those for the members who want early access to those videos. But I also create gaming and computer science stuff because I'm a nerd. Now, we're going to be using some of the play-alongs, specifically the drum charts that are on my website. And this morning, I'm late to today's stream because I was actually working on, 10 more variations of eighth note timing. 5 that are straight and 5 that are swung, so stay tuned for that. Those will be coming out in the future. I got to finish working on them, and we'll get them scheduled to release for members by the end of this week. But we're going to be working on these drum charts. Now, the way that we're going to practice this is we're going to use some limb independence stuff from 50 Ways to Syncopation by Don Moyle, and then the interdependence method by Gary Chester in New Breed 1 and 2. Now, these books you can actually find if you scroll all the way down to here under the tips and lessons. The very first link, books and gear, I recommend. Almost all of these are affiliate links, and these affiliate links, I actually get about 4% back from Amazon at no cost to you. So if you buy any of these books, or literally click on any of these Amazon links before you like buy a television or your groceries, I get 4% back, no cost to you. So thank you for people who have done that. We've had actually a few this week of people doing that. So you can find all the books, the gear, some sticks, pedals, what kind of computers I'm using, blah, 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 all there, /gear if you want to just go straight to that page. Now, today, I'm actually going to just review some limb independence patterns. So we're going to do that after we get motivated with Shia LaBeouf. But let me go and hide him for copyright. He's here. Do it in spirit. Just do it. I'm embodying his motions. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it. Make your dreams come true. Just do it. My headphone's stuck. Some people dream success. Well, you're going to wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit. And you're not going to stop there. Hello. No, what are you waiting for? Do it. Just do it. Yes, you can. Just do it. Getting so motivated. If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. Oh, yeah, Shia LaBeouf motivating me to work on limb independence. Oh, look at that flex. Okay, for some reason, this is like stuck behind there. All right, fixed. Okay, so we are going to warm up with the classic, absolute classic way to play through syncopation. And it is doing swung cymbal on hi-hat. So let's do this. Ding, 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 ding. Short notes are going to be on the snare drum. Long notes are going to be bass drum. And instead of playing through this fast, we're actually going to play through this at a slower speed. So last time we did it was at 160. Let's go ahead and do it at a nice, comfy 145. And so we're going to try and make it sound more musical rather than just like ramming through it as fast as possible. Okay, so there's straight charts and there's swung charts. And it goes from slow BPM to fast BPM. So we're going to go into here. And we're going to go to 145. And I'm just going to go ahead and do drum charts 1 through 5. There are 55 drum charts in here. Plenty of content to keep you busy. And when you click, woo, it will count you off, but I've got it on mute because there's like a slight timing delay. Here we go. One, a two, a here we go. Early. Oh no, stop. Trying to move this. I need to do a sound check. Okay, EAD is working good. Sometimes it just like stops. That's no fun. 1, a 2, a 1, 2, here we go. One, two, here we go. You can't hear the buzzes. Like, you hear maybe the first 2 notes. It's because I'm using a drum trigger with a drum module, so it's technically a hybrid acoustic electric. So this is not how the drums actually sound. All right. Whoops. Stop. Cool. We're going to stretch and massage here. But before we do that, it was mostly musical. I had some like reading errors, especially when I was like trying to make it into the theater mode. But I had fun with it. Overall, it was not bad. I was mentioning that this is a drum module, so I can change the way this sounds completely, just with the turn of a knob. But unfortunately, you can't hear all the little nuances, like with buzzes and ghost notes and things like that. Wah, wah. Is what it is. All right, let's stretch a massage. Now, I was going to do a drum stream yesterday, but I was too tired. We ended up going to a haunted house on Saturday evening, and it was great. Like, it was a lot of fun. But the line, there wasn't like that many people in front of us, but we waited in a line for like over 2 hours. Because they're letting people in like every 7 to 15 minutes. Like, we timed it when we're like, this is taking a while. It was cool, though. Really good. Good. Rotate this way if you do traditional, and then rotate the other direction. But I don't do that anymore. I'm going to stretch the underside of the forearm. Oh, that feels so good. So I'm just pulling back a little bit. Don't pull too hard. But yeah, so we were out late, like on Saturday, and then I just like woke up at 3:30 in the morning and just like couldn't fall back asleep. Because like Minnie was feeling sick. Hey, Roman, good morning. So she was having a rough morning, but helped her out, and then like I couldn't fall back asleep. So I was like, well, I was gonna do a drum stream, and then I was like, I'm just too tired. I was gonna do a gaming stream. No, I'm just too tired. So I just shifted everything back. Speaking of gaming, the highlight reel for Surgeon Simulator is coming out in like an hour. Stay tuned. We're now stretching the top side. There's a lot of goofy moments in those edits. It's fun. Coming out on my tube view. Oh, interesting. TikTok's giving like a monetization tip. Okay. Thanks for the monetization tip, TikTok. I appreciate you. Thank you for the like. All right, now we're going to stretch the thumbs, thumb to thumb. I'm trying to get nice and relaxed. But yeah, so super tired yesterday, but we ended up going for a hike with a friend, and that was cool. It was great. Climb on tall things. Good hike. No snakes, no scorpions. It's always a good thing. It was a good weekend, and now we're back. Back again. Gonna hit drum. Tell a friend. Ooh, a pumpkin. The jack-o'-lantern. Thank you, Roman. Appreciate you. Ooh, my middle fingers are tight. That's interesting. I wonder what I did yesterday. Must have been from all the hiking. Definitely not that. Today we're going to be playing Rise of Ronin. I was playing offline, just like doing some of the tedious stuff, like collecting all the cats and treasures and stuff. So we'll just be jumping right into story in a little over an hour. Doing story and some of the side quests. That'll be fun. And I realized that I'm like probably halfway through the game. Like I thought there were 4 areas, but there's only actually 3 areas. And the next one is actually smaller than the one that I'm currently in. So interesting. Although I don't know how many quests are in this area. So maybe we got like 20 hours worth of quests. Stay tuned. We'll find out in an hour. All right, now that we massaged the forearm, now we're going to massage the hand. And we're going to do the thumb in the palm and the fingers on the back side of the hand. Again, just trying to get nice and relaxed. Loosen everything up. And then after this, we're going to get back on the grind with the new pattern. I'm going to do the one that I did, I don't know, it's like a week ago. It's a good one. You'll see. It's fun. It's a little bit more involved, but it's cool. It sounds good. I'd play this one a lot if I were actually gigging. Base the tip of each one of the fingers. But I actually like practicing more than I enjoy performing. So I don't really care to join a group. Weird, I know. There are so many other people that I know that are the exact opposite of that. Like there's a doc student that I supervised who was also the same way as me. Like we just both like to practice and not necessarily perform. But there's so many other people that are like, they hate practicing, but they want to perform in front of people. It's weird. To me, at least. To each their own. Ooh, this finger's a little tight. Oh, so's the thumb. Sweet. Let's hit stuff faster. So the next one that we're going to do is it number 4? Yeah, so this one. Okay, so here's the pattern. So this one's cool. 10 out of 10. Would highly recommend. All right, so 2 and 4. Bing, ding, 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 ding on the hi-hat. Short notes on the tom, while you fill in ghost notes on the triplet, or on snare. But the long notes are on the bass drum and the ride. It's cool. I like it. It's a good one. Probably one of my favorite ones to do. Last time we did it was musical. Do I want to play this one slow as well? We did it at 140 last time. Let's do 130. We'll slow it down a little bit. Not a ton. We'll give our left hand a break with all those triplets. Scroll down to the charts. And again, we're doing swung charts. So we're doing the second row. And we're going to do the 1 through 159. And I'm going to pick another set of charts. 41 through 45. Sounds great. And 130. Please don't slide mouse. Stay. Be a good mouse. Here we go. A 2, a 1, 2, here we go. Good one, right? Fun little pattern to play through. One, two, a 1, 2, here we go. Alright, so I'm playing with dynamics here, adding in like phrase length crescendos and decrescendos, or emphasizing, putting some accents on some notes and less so on others, just kind of playing around with phrasing. I wish you could hear those notes. I wish I could hear those notes. 1, 2, ready, and... That was a fun one. I wrote it. It was goofy. Such a weird phrasing. 1, 2 is all in 5/8. 2, ready, and... Part wrong. I'm so sorry. Unsub. I understand. I get it. I made a mistake. You're not allowed to do that on the internet. On the internet. I have fun with it though. Cool. I like that one. It's a good one, right? Good challenge. Thank you, Dom, for teaching everybody how to do that. Dom Moyo, everyone. Phenomenal drummer. Let's see. What's the next one I want to play? The paradiddle one's weird. It doesn't sound great on the E8010, but it's an interesting one. Cascada? I don't actually know that. Doesn't have it in Dom's book. Maybe in who's the teacher that Dom studied with? I forget. Yeah, I don't know that one, but it's a good suggestion. Okay, so this one's interesting. So it's a little weird. You're playing a bossa nova, which is like a slow salsa, and you're gonna play through paradiddles on long notes. Okay, basic, right? But on the eighth notes, you're going to just like emphasize the eighth note while playing 16th notes. So these are ghost notes. You can't hear them great on the drum trigger. But on the long notes, you just keep doing a diddle if there's like a rest. Like that. Interesting, right? It's a weird one. So let's try it. Last time we did this, 120. It was only technically proficient. Let's see if we can get it to sound more interesting. So we're back at /drum on here, where there's over 1,000 free play alongs. We're going to go to the drum charts, but we're going to do the top row. So the top row is straight eighth notes for the play alongs. And we'll go into here at 120. And, I don't know, 16 through 20. Sure, sounds great. Sounds great. Do. Okay. Go. The mouse clicked. Okay, so a nice comfy bossa nova. Again, the long notes are paradiddles. The short notes are just alternating 16th notes with emphasis on the 8th notes. 1, 2, 1, 2, here we go. So now I'm going to do it on the right hand, so you can actually hear the distinction a little bit better. So you can hear the paradiddles or the diddles, etc. 1, 2, 1, 2, here we go. It's weird, right? It's a fun one though. Putting it like that, you can like emphasize like some of the different notes on the bell, or you can just play all on the side and cymbal. 1, 2, here we go. Read that wrong. I'm so sorry. Unsub. It's okay. I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. 1, 2. Oh, this is gonna be weird. Here we go. One, two, here we go. Some reading errors there, but overall it was like technically proficient. I had fun with it for the most part, other than the reading issues. Cool. It's a weird one, right? It's a good challenge though. I like it. Let's go back to here and another one. No, I don't want to do those. Let's see. Samba feet. Nah. Ooh, this one I do all the time, but it's because I love it. I do. Now I'm married to it. Okay, so last time I did a 165. It's been kind of stuck at 160. Let's slow it down to 155, see if this is a little bit better. Okay, so what are we doing here? Okay, so you're gonna start off ding 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 ding. Normal. Except your foot, instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, bass, bass, hi, yeah, ha. I can't speak. Bass, ha, bass, ha. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, it's weird. So we're gonna do 155. So we're gonna go back again. To the drum charts here. Tell a friend. Swung ones. And we're going to do 155. And I haven't played those today. Okay. Click. 155. It's the good one. 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Curtis, good morning. 2, 1, 2, here we go. So it doesn't land on the downbeat because it's in 3/4. 2, 1, 2. Here we go. Okay, this one should land on the downbeat right at the start of the second line if I did it right. 1, 2, here we go. Yeah! One, two, here we go. Whoops. So hard with it like being very clearly in 4 on the phrasing there for the hands, and then have the feet in 3/4. Woo! 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and. You knew Susie like I knew Susie, then you would. If you knew Susie like I knew Susie, then you would. Good times. Let's see. Do I think practicing dribbling a basketball could transfer over to drum skills? Nope. The movements are not similar enough. The conceptual understanding of the motion of the stick as it relates to like the rebound of a basketball conceptually is what makes sense. So what you're doing is you're understanding the concept of if I throw a ball into the court, it will bounce back up, as opposed to taking the ball, throwing it down on the ground, holding it down, and then picking up the ball, and then throwing it back down again, picking it back up, like, and that wasted motion. So conceptually, that is all you're supposed to get out of that. But in terms of like physically practicing moving the ball, no, because you're using two different of muscles at a two different amount of speed. So for example, even if you were to use the motion of your drumming at the exact same motion of like a basketball, like if I do it exactly like this in this exact same way, everything about it 1-to-1, it's too slow. It's not like I'm gonna dribble the basketball like that. Like I'm not gonna, it's just not gonna happen. So it's not going to assist with that, in my opinion. Tips for relying on more wrist for traditional? Hold on, let me finish my thought on the other part real quick. So whenever you're thinking of like teaching something like to a student, it's fine to use like metaphors, analogies, things like that. Like with the basketball thing, like conceptually that makes sense, but you need to also think about like what physically is going to transfer over as well. So like, is the motion similar enough that you're going to have similar muscle groupings, similar neural firings, timing-wise, speed-wise, etc., that will transfer over from one skill to another. So that's easier said than done, though. As somebody who's taught since 2003, teaching's hard. It's difficult. And like every student you work with is going to be different, the way that you like approach different things. So that makes sense. Let's see, reading through the comments. I just hold my arm with my right hand. Do 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 do. Let's see, tips for relying on more wrist for traditional. Okay, so here's a couple of ways that you might be able to do it. That's a really interesting question. I haven't had that in a while, but the accent tap exercises. So if you like go to here, /drum on my website, which since you're on Instagram, it's I think the first link under my profile under the bio, but /drum at jaredleary.com. Go to the accent tap section underneath technique exercises. And there are some exercises down towards the bottom that are the relaxer series. So we have tap relaxer and accent relaxers. So there's 4s, 3s, 2s, and then 2 up and 2 down. So the pattern, what you're doing is you're playing, if this is the 4s or 3s, is just doing 3, 2, and then the 2 up, 2 down is just up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down, and it just repeats that over and over. That one is currently members first, but it's scheduled to come out. Now with each one of these exercises, the goal here is to slowly lower the taps in the accent relaxer. So you're starting off at 12, and then you're slowly lowering it while playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it finally goes all the way down to 3-inch, so 12 and 3, and then it slowly raises the taps back up. The tap relaxer is the opposite of this, so it starts at tap height, and then you're slowly moving back up. And you're like, okay, Jared, that's cool. What does that have to do with focusing on wrist motion? So what I'm going to recommend you potentially do, at least try this out, experiment, see if this helps at all. It depends on like what you're doing. But with traditional grip, if you start with tap, if you have a good rotation here, but your problem is when you're getting to the full height, if you start everything low and slowly build off of a good solid foundation and slowly lower or slowly raise the accents without like using a ton of extra arm motion, excessive waste of energy, etc., this is one way you can do that. So this concept can be applied with any of these accent tap exercises. So if you scroll back up and you go to like the, probably my favorite are the upstroke versions of grid. But if you're in here and you're playing through this, if you start off everything low and you slowly, as you're practicing it, go to higher heights, doing that is a way that you can build off the solid foundation. So you're reinforcing the rotation, the constant motion while you're doing this without like killing yourself just like sitting there repping out stuff. So yes, I agree that you could sit there and just like isolate out one hand at a time and make sure you're not moving. But like you were saying, if you're playing through like show music or like an exercise that's like not one of the thousands on my website, like it's hard to practice that, especially when it's got that combined motion, the complex compound motions, etc., when you're practicing stuff. So if you start everything low, like let's say you're playing show music or something, and you're playing everything low like this, and you slowly raise it up, which sounds terrible on the E8010, that can help you out with anything. You don't even have to use one of these play-alongs for it. So you could technically apply this to any of the thousands of stuff on here, but these accent tap ones are like really useful for that. You never thought of that? Well, that's what I'm here for. I've been drumming for a long time. I've studied with a lot of cool people who know a lot of good things, and now I know some of the good things they told me. But hopefully I can continue to provide some value for y'all as I continue my own drumming journey to get better. Okay, let's see here. So I'm gonna do... There's some good questions, by the way. Excellent questions. I'm going to do some footwork here. So you are welcome. Keep up the grind. It's worth it. It's difficult, but it's worth it. All right, so we're going to do Rebound. So this is one of my favorite ways to work on double strokes on your foot. So last time we did this, we did it from 130, 139. And so it's really like super simple. But this exercise is actually great for rebound strokes if you're just doing it like with one hand, start up, end up. But we're going to do it snare, snare, bass, bass. So we don't even need the left side of our body. Trying to get the double stroke more refined. My bass drum is sliding away from me. Okay, let's try this again. Here we go. I'm trying to be better with my motion on my foot. But it's like, it's screwing me up. That's why we're working on this. We'll get better. Slowly. small motions with the foot. Just tap it in. Tap, tap, taparoo. Sweet. 5 more reps. So again, I'm trying to do heel toe. It's actually a heel platform, but with small motions without getting that double stroke on the toe or on the heel. Edwards, by the way, if you're still there, how'd your audition go? Forgot to ask you that. Were you well rested? See how I got that extra note on the toe? It's because I lifted up too much. Trying to be efficient. So I don't get bounces when I don't want it. Like that. One, two, ready, And since I'm gonna turn your question into a clip, that might help other people who couldn't stop in for this live stream, or is not watching it on the VOD. Let me actually say the question out loud because I don't think I did that. So, do I have any tips for relying on more wrist with traditional grip? editing. They'll never know. Shh, it'll be our little secret. Okay, if you're on YouTube, there's literally over 1,000. Over 1,000. I can't emphasize. It's free enough. If you go here to TubeU, my home tab, the drumming content is where you can find literally over 1,000 free play-alongs and like 9 hours of drumming tips. All of the prior live streams. There's timestamps in the description of every one of these videos that gives you a specific BPM, or it gives you a bunch of drumming tips in the timestamps that shows you here's what I talk about in this video, or in this video, or in this video. If you want to go to where everything is neatly organized, the very first link in all but like 5 of the videos, the Cheesy Poofs and the Flamus ones, those link to Tapspace's website. So it's the second one there. But anyways, the first link takes you here, /drum. You'll find 55 drum charts. You'll find, chop exercises, duh. Over 900 grid variations, triplet and 16th note. We've got all the timing exercises. I'm going to have 10 more coming out later on this week. Stay tuned for that. It'll be good. For 8th notes in particular. We've got 55 drum charts like the ones I used earlier. We've got over 200 bass exercises. We'll have over 200 timing or technique exercises. Man, I'm clearly tired. I need more of that coffee. You can find all of the drum charts and all of the chop exercises and all of the tips, etc., all at the link. If you go to this link right here, most of these are affiliate links. It does help me out. It gives me about 4% back from Amazon, no cost to use. You can find some books I recommend, some pads and sticks I recommend, the pedal I'm using, etc. If you click on one of these Amazon links before you buy anything, it gives me about 4% back, depending on what you purchase. So if you're going to buy a television or a brand new car, click on one of these first. Then I'll get 4% back on your new McLaren. So thank you for people who have bought Lambos already with these links. I'm going to call it here, and I'm going to get ready for Rise of Ronin. And we also got the Surgeon Simulator highlights coming out here in 10 minutes. So if you go to /game, you can actually find like all of these on here. But the Surgeon Simulator one is not for people who are squeamish. I'll just give you a warning. You are simulating surgery, and you can tell just by that image it's going great because there's an alarm clock in that person's body and a Fanta and a coffee mug. But anyways, I'm going to call it here. I appreciate everybody stopping by. Excellent questions. And tomorrow we'll work on some technique stuff. And we'll do, what is it? RCC's Mori Spree. We're going to get that from 70 to 2,000 beats a minute. We'll see. Anyways, I'm out. Goodbye.